Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Today's episode of The Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our bonus packages. Please go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click on the bonus banner. You'll get access to all of our bonus content, and even better, you'll be helping out TMOS. So please quit sucking, and we thank you.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's The Mike O'Mara Show.
All right, I've turned into Jerry Lewis with my lozenge to start the show. You know what, Rob? I was going to start with a little story about my cable debacle down here in South Florida, but I think we should probably, while I'm in good voice, start with the mailbag
because of the reading element?
Because the reading element, and the reading element burns the crap out of me. So
let's do it.
Since you have the cough drop, will you introduce the mailbag as Jerry?
Ladies and...
Just put it out of the way.
That was so great.
Ladies and gentlemen. I can't do that.
Okay.
No, start the goddamn. It's all about you, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus Christ. Help me. Rhonda. It's so obnoxious to do any kind of broadcasting with a lozenge.
Oh, of course.
Because it's like this. You hear this?
Oh, God.
Which is why Jerry probably did it. It's a power thing.
Because he didn't care. He didn't care.
No.
Now tighter and brighter for your listening play. And by the way, I'm feeling better. Do not pay attention to this nasal sound and my voice. I believe. No, I'm not going to knock on wood and say I'm turning a corner. I don't know yet. Let's just get through.
It's not the
right?
death rattle.
No.
It's not the death rattle, and I believe that things are staying where they are, not going deep into the chest. Now tighter and brighter for your listening pleasure. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I just will be at this tone for the entire show today.
That's fine. You know, it's sort
which
of
is not where I like to be. I like to have the
sort of a serious Jerry tone.
When you walk through the night, keep your head held high, and don't be afraid of the dark. Anyway, dear Mike, Rob, and Oscar.
Oh, this is great.
I'd like. I'm going to read the entire mailbag like this.
Good.
I would like to wish my big sister and loyal P1, Becky Scaletta.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
Fun.
There once was a girl named Becky Scaletta. She was a blast. She knew all the fellas. That didn't rhyme. Becky Scaletta is a most fantastic birth. We wish her. Hi. We wish her a most fantastic birthday. Her birthday week included being scooted off to a glamping holiday by her dearest Baltimore friend. What is a glamping
Glamour
holiday?
camping.
Ooh.
A glamping holiday by her dearest Baltimore friends who were kind enough to include me and our other sister. It was a whirlwind weekend filled with laughter, wine, hiking, singing, some falls, a few injuries, and a little more wine. Hopefully, Becky has by today recovered from the fun. Becky is deserving of the warmest and heartiest of cheers. She is deserving of a wonderful year, one in which her friends and family can provide her comfort, support, love, and more wine. On behalf of the thousands who love Becky, we do too, and her family, happy birthday, and another P1.
Aww.
Becky Scaletta, God bless you.
We salute you.
Here, here.
Next letter.
I hold in my hand.
Yes. Hello, TMOS. I wanted to wish Mike and Carla a happy anniversary. Wish my aunt Colleen a happy birthday, and wish myself a happy birthday. All three events happened on September 12th, but in different years. Waddle Doodle, Stephen Robeson, Vienna, Virginia, Rob's favorite town in the world.
Oh, Vienna!
P.S. This letter is keeping it tight. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Short and sweet.
Next letter.
You know what's great is Mike is straying from the script to keep us informed of where we stand in the segment. Yeah, it's nice.
We've never, in all the years we've been doing the mailbag, we have never quite figured out how to transition from one letter to the next, because we're, you know, at the heart of the matter, we're all kind of rubes.
Well,
right? I mean, we really never go, because I always like to make sure that we know we're on to the next letter.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times
I don't do that well.
A lot of times, Jer, there's commentary between the segments.
Please announce 21st birthday wishes to Fiona Whittington this Friday. Fiona is someone that the entire TMOS team can admire. For example, for Mike, she's finishing up school in Boston and has become a big Red Sox fan.
That's
nice.
a
good thing.
Yeah.
For Rob, she's a big Elvis fan. Her favorites are the Junkie XL Elvis remix of A Little Less Conversation and movie Harem Scarum.
Harem Scarum, not one of his better films.
For Oscar, she loves to keep it tight at Soul Cycle and works at 3 different startups. Tickety Tonk and Down with the Nazis, Bill.
I think that's something we can all agree on.
Down with the Nazis. Not everybody in this day and age.
No, but I said we can all agree on.
We
it.
can all agree on it,
Dear
Maddie?
Mike, Oscar, hold on. Next letter. Dear Mike, Oscar, Rob, and all the other wonderful people who make the show happen. Our budding scientist, Maya Zach, turned 20 years old yesterday. She's an undergrad at UC Davis and works in a lab studying greenhouse gas emissions from cows. She studies cow farts?
Well, I think he goes on to explain. Continue. It's a
Is that
good
what she
letter.
does?
Yeah.
And had to spend most of her birthday toiling away. Maya collects cow off-gassing data from the front of the cow, manure from the back of the cow, and every 30 minutes she has to stimulate the cow to urinate and save that as well. Jesus.
Oh, my goodness.
Wouldn't you get the impression that you go to college to not get a job like this?
This is so cool. She
Sheer
knows
panties.
where
We haven't had that referred to in a long time.
she knows where to rub a cow to make it pee. This may be my
Fascinating
favorite.
letter.
It is a great letter. Would you please sing her the traditional Mike O'Mara Show birthday song? I know it would make her cow tickling day. Dwayne Zach. Happy birthday to you. Maya, happy birthday.
Cow
Maya,
pee.
tickle, pee. Next letter. Here we go. Hey there, Mike, Rob, and Oscar. Due to my sheer selfish laziness, this request for a birthday wish will be belated. Last Tuesday, my brother Brian Jackson surprised me with a birthday shout-out on TMOS, and it truly made my week. Unfortunately, as I was basking in the glory of my newfound stardom, I failed to promptly return the favor. His birthday was yesterday, and I blew it.
You blew it.
I want Brian to know that only after the dazzling glow of my birthday glory began to fade, he actually did briefly pop into my mind, hence this last-minute email. In all honesty, anyone who knows my brother will tell you he's one of the funniest, kindest, most genuine people out there, and he's always willing to quote-unquote lend a hand. Stop by for free food and borrow $5 you'll never see again. I guess that's slamming her brother. Anyway,
bit, yeah.
Back to the point. He's been a faithful fan for decades and will continue to listen because I'm the older sister and I said so. She's mean.
Yeah, she
Anyway,
might be Mike a battle axe.
enough about me. Please let Brian know that I'll be looking forward to my birthday shout-out next September, and I hope this message read by Mike will help to keep it in the forefront of his mind for the next 11 months. I like this letter. Oh, and also, I hope his day was fine yesterday. Sorry I didn't call, as I didn't like talking on the phone. Love you, bro. Signed, Sister of the Year, Michelle Thompson.
Yeah.
That's a lovely letter.
Very nice.
Takes care of business.
You ready for another one?
Ready.
Okay.
Another letter.
Perfect transition.
Yeah. Every letter is a sealed envelope.
Yeah.
Separate piece.
Here's
Oh,
the Mike O.
No. Damn it.
that surprised me.
I hit that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good morning, fellows.
Hello.
I'm not good at broadcasting with a lozenge in my mouth.
You know what you need then? Chloroseptic. Oh,
Yeah,
your tongue
bunch of
is
sprays.
Mike. Your tongue is powerful red.
Oh yeah.
No, God. No, God.
what have you done to his eyes?
30 Days of Night, like my favorite vampire movie ever. No, God. Anyway, good morning, fellows. I'm a huge fan and longtime listener since the D&M days. In fact, I was on the show a couple of times playing those wacky DJ games way back in the day on WAVA. Anyway, I'm writing in hopes that you will send some good words and well wishes for my fast approaching wedding. My name is Richard, and her name is Frances. You guys are the best. Please keep up the funny. Sincerely, Richard L. of Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, absolutely. Please let us know when you're getting married because we'd like to celebrate and give you a shout out when that comes as well.
Of course. Good wishes to you. To you,
nice.
Dick.
Yep. Time for another letter. Hello, TMOS. Mike, is your Subaru still losing oil? No, it's not. After we got it topped off, it was perfect.
Good.
There is a reported problem in production of the Subaru engine gaskets, causing some engines to leak oil. There is a movement towards a class action lawsuit, but Subaru isn't acknowledging the problem. I didn't have any problem with mine after they put oil in it.
Good.
I almost bought a Subaru a couple of years ago until someone told me about the gasket problem. I hope your problem is simply that you need an oil change. Keep an eye on it. Lastly, I think that we share an anniversary. I met my husband on April 3rd, 1992. Isn't that the same day you, Mike, and Rob started working together?
It is. It was my first day as an intern, April 3rd, 92.
How do you remember that?
But it was a big deal to me. Obviously not a big deal to you.
I don't understand. Thanks for the laughs. And no, I mean, I don't remember any dates.
No, I remember that because it was the end of my junior year of college, so I knew that it was in April. And the reason I remember it, it's near my cousin Wes's birthday. That's why I always remember.
Don
that.
and I started working together in '85.
Yeah,
right?
in like
December of '85.
No, I think it was September. It was earlier than that.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Thanks for the laughs and for being in bed with me every night. Ooh.
Nice.
Stacy Hutchinson.
Yes.
Stacy Hutchins Slinden.
I was
Stacy Hutchin-Norgenston. Stacy Hutchinson. And it's time for another letter.
Ooh, another letter.
Here we go.
Woo-wee.
Moving right along. Hi, Mike. Hi. So, I've been a long-time listener back when the lineup was Stern, Liddy, you and Don, and the Grease Man. That's a good radio station, man.
It was a crazy place, I tell you what.
That was a good radio
You
station.
know
That was a weird, great radio
The
station.
first time I heard Liddy,
Howard Stern, Gordon Liddy, Don and myself, and then the Grease Man. Why would you not keep that on all day long?
the first time I ever heard Liddy, that he was brought on when I was in Richmond. So I'm driving north, and I turn on the radio station thinking I'm going to hear Don and Mike. It's 2:00 hour.
I'm doing my morning show at night.
And I'm just hearing Liddy coming in and out, like in Fredericksburg. And I swear to God, for 10 minutes, I thought it was Mike doing a bit as Don Adams. I thought you were doing Maxwell Smart, but it was the Liddy show. I said, why is he doing this? This isn't funny.
You know, not to cast aspersions, but the perfect radio station would have been Stern, then Big O and Dukes,
Yep.
then Don and myself, and then the Grease Man.
Can we put
then
Ron
you
and Fez in
literally
overnight?
You literally don't turn that radio station.
You're right.
That would have been perfect. Liddy was the wild card. Duh. I'll never forget. I mean, that was just like Liddy. And then did they move O'Reilly in there for a while?
They did. Penn Jillette for a while. Ron and Fez had it for a while. It was
God. Infinity. CBS. I love when you talk up records, and listening to you when you hit the post is awesome. But watching it on your YouTube channel, where I became your 5,009th subscriber, missed number 5,000 by that much, is priceless. I encourage everyone to subscribe so they can see the magic that is TMOS at work. Marcus Hall from Baltimore, hon. That's a very nice letter.
It is
I like
nice.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I hold in my hand the last letter.
Hi-oh!
Hi, Mike, Rob, Oscar, Pony, and assorted intern miscellany.
Yeah.
Last week, I attended a second-tier pro tennis tournament in the Raleigh, North Carolina, or Raleigh, as it's called, not Raleigh.
Raleigh is where they have the races. Raleigh is the
North
state
Carolina
capital.
area. Besides the thrill of watching unknown players slug it out for a few $1,000s while we nervously waited on a Cat 4 hurricane, there was one highlight. One of the players, a young American, had the perfect name for Jack Kent Cooke to pronounce. So if the squire would welcome him to the court, I'd appreciate it. All right. Here it is.
Good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ernesto Escobedo. Ernesto Escobedo. Thanks, Daniel Ticci. Rob, it's official. You can start the show, and we can get going now.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Wonderful.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Hey, all right, mate.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you okay?
Am I okay? I'm better than okay, my friend.
You seem sprightly.
I had a great time last night.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
What about you? What's with the bag?
Right, yeah. I'm off back to England, mate.
Oh, you and Sarah going to England?
No. I'm just going alone.
Yeah. Did you guys have a fight or something?
Yeah, it was really... How you served 5 years under a... I don't know, you deserve a medal or a holiday or at least a cuddle from somebody.
You were only here for a week.
Well, I don't know, for me, like 1 week of it was like going on holiday with, I don't know, I wouldn't say Hitler, but certainly Goebbels. It was like a little holiday with Hitler.
Jesus.
Oh, well, hey, listen, at least it's clear now for you two to reconnect, so.
Oh. You know what? I have a good thing going on with Rachel, and I want to see that through.
Or maybe, you could have both of them, Rachel and Sarah. They got on all right, didn't they, at dinner, so maybe...
You know what? First of all, I'm not that kind of guy, and even if I was, I don't think that I have the sexual competency to really pull that off.
Yeah, it's a gift. I will say, if you do get back with Miss Marshall, handle with care, because, Okay, well, I think my ride's here, so I'm going to skedaddle then before anything else happens to me, before life gets any more daft. Is someone going to take that? Listen, don't let them grind you down. Take it easy, eh? Hey, look at my driver. I'm going to have sex with her.
It's the
Grind you down.
Don't let him grind you down.
Mike O'Mara, Rob
awesome.
Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
Man, my day I was ground down a few times. From our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and the Podcast Village studios, welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. The Mike O'Mara Show, or TMOS to our friends, is a worldwide radio show and podcast with a loyal following of listeners who get it. And if you're listening right now, you get it too. TMOS always ready to hear from you with our weekly mailbag. Good one today.
Yes.
Our Wide Open Wednesday tomorrow. The phone calls, please call us tomorrow about 9 o'clock. Our show is an interactive experience, and we love our audience participation. So please let us hear from you. All over the world, the Mike O'Mara Show is on now. And ladies and gentlemen, do we have a new sponsor for you?
Oh, my God.
Especially with the holidays around the corner. I got a gift that I put together yesterday on my deck. This is amazing. Listen, Americans buy over 3 billion pizzas per year. They consume 350 slices of pizza per second. That's 46 slices of pizza per person. So obviously, we love pizza.
Yes.
And men, I know you love fire. You love it as much as I do. So you need an Unni.
Oh, it's the
What
best.
is an Unni, you ask? Let me tell you. Unni, Rob's got one. Oscar, did you get one? I got one, and Rob got one.
I have one.
Unni is the world's first portable wood-fired oven pizza, and it is a pizza oven. It's a pizza oven, not an oven pizza, you moron. Let me try that again. Unni is the first portable wood-fired pizza oven. This thing, I literally put it together in about 10 minutes yesterday on my deck. You can make authentic Neapolitan-style pizza in just 60 seconds. You want to know how they can do that? It's the heat. Unni ovens. Listen to this statistic. They heat to 932 degrees,
Yes.
which means a crispy outer crust, the same kind of stuff you're going to get in the wood-fired pizza ovens in a restaurant, and it's got a chewy, tender inner crust. Rob Spiewak was talking about Wegmans yesterday on the show and how he went to get the stuff for the pizza sauce, and you made these pizzas over the weekend.
You read
I
those
have not done. I'm
statistics,
waiting
Mike.
for my gas attachment because it can be powered with gas, wood, charcoal, and this thing is so beautifully built. I love this product. I really do.
Mike, you read those statistics about how many pizzas are bought. About half of those come to my house because all the teenagers are at my house. And so what I did on Saturday, it was so easy. I actually made pizza dough from scratch. I never knew how easy that was.
They show you in the instructions that they give you with Unni, right?
Yeah, and I made the sauce from scratch, and I went and I bought toppings, and I had teenagers come over, and I fired it up, and it's so cool. I was burning blocks of wood, just like you would on a normal grill. And
that's the fuel that you used, hickory wood.
Hickory
right?
wood, and it would heat it up so fast and so hot, and put the pizza in the oven, assemble it with any toppings you want, and in 60 seconds it's done. That makes a microwave look sluggish.
Now, it's not just for pizzas. You can use your Unni for seared steaks, roasted vegetables. It's amazing. Listen, for a limited time, Unni is giving our listeners 20% off their purchase. Go to Unni.com. That's OONI.com and enter our code TMOS at checkout. That's Unni.com, OONI.com, code TMOS to get your Unni 3 or Unni Pro with 20% off. Take advantage now. The offer is only good till midnight on November 18th. Get ready to watch Carla because she's going to be putting up some pictures and some videos making the pizza. By the way, this thing is so easy to put together. I just, this is my own theory about a product, and it applies to the Unni oven as well. When I put something together that's just got clear, easy to understand instructions, because they sell Unnis all over the world, and they give you these it's really built. You just put together the little stack that comes on top of the thing. You put the little pizza stones in there, the stones that heat the oven, and it's done and it's ready to go. And now I'm ready to fire the thing up, and I'm probably not going to wait for my gas attachment to come. I'm probably going to throw some hickory in there.
You can also use charcoal. I actually used a mix. Two things you need to know is that this company never does a discount. They never do a discount. This is such an exclusive deal that you must act now. And also, not only is it fun, it is a blast and a communal thing to make pizza. It's the best pizza I've ever had. Yeah. And it came from my backyard.
Well, and we're delighted to have them. We really are.
Like, I've already ordered one for my brother-in-law and sister for Christmas.
Oh, it's great.
They're really great. It's really fun, and I can't wait to make the stuff, and especially to sear a steak in there. I'm looking forward to that. All right, to start the show today, I have a question for Oscar Santana, who is an Xfinity Comcast customer. I am now officially off of DirecTV down here in South Florida, and
how does it feel? How does it feel to get off the dish?
It sucks.
How long had you been? And keep in mind the dish.
Why is my remote on? Why is the light on my remote?
That is not an Xfinity remote.
Well, it says Xfinity on it.
Yeah, but you don't have.
What is that?
You have.
What is that?
Was that built by like the Emerson Corporation for Xfinity?
Okay, the remote I have, that remote looks like a Datsun. The remote I have looks like a Ferrari. You have a subpar Boxer.
Oh, he needs to.
So I have to upgrade my box.
Yeah, your box.
Does
this has the talk to it?
Yeah. Does your box look like let's say a flatter Xbox?
No, I've got one box in the bedroom that is just like a little square thing, and then I've got the larger box out in the living room.
It's probably like the Genie that DirecTV has. One of the boxes is like slave to the other box. Do both of them have like
sucks ass?
Do they both have like a DVR so you can rewind and watch live TV?
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you because I can't use the one in my bedroom. This is the one from my bedroom. You're saying I don't? So they don't? They have different. This is brand new. They put this in like in April. They put this thing out.
There's a nicer one out there.
There always is.
I hate this.
Who signed off on that box? Whoever did wasn't paying attention.
Well, I did. I think I was here.
Well, he doesn't know
this thing.
He doesn't know what he can't have.
Should I call the man to come out and help me?
Pair you up. Tell him, hey man, this thing's not working the way it should be.
And I've heard there's a better one.
Cable isn't cheap.
Yeah, I've heard there's a better one.
Oh my God! Speaking of cable, I almost canceled cable the other day.
Why?
See, you hate it too.
No, I just hate the bill. My wife orders. So when we got together, Shannon and I she was the cheapest person I knew.
Like Jack Luskin, Mike, the cheapest
She ordered
guy in
a pay-per-view movie the other day called Finding Your Car in D.C.
Yeah, cheapest person. So over the years, I've eroded her frugalness because she spends my money now.
Sure.
And I said, hey, this cable bill's over $300+. She goes, well, I ordered some movies. And I said, I'm the one that orders movies. You rent them.
Yeah, that's my deal, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
She buy them or rent them?
She buys them all.
Oh wow!
And so
where do they keep them? Do they
in
keep
the
them
Magic
in your cloud?
Xfinity box. Who knows where
the
they
Magic
are?
Box.
I must
That's
ask,
the way
what
it goes.
movie was so important that it required repeated viewing?
Rob, when I buy something,
Yes.
it's because I probably seen it in the movies,
Right.
And I'm like, I'm gonna probably watch this half a dozen times.
Sure.
When I think she forgot the rent button
Exists.
because she sees me buy movies when I get a chance to watch them.
Right.
The movie she bought was Ocean's 8. No one's ever gonna watch that again.
That's
Not
the-
a good movie.
The girl
Did
version.
anybody watch that in the theaters?
Not me.
I don't think that was a box office success.
Gotta
No.
get the replay value off of that now because I own it for $25.
Yeah.
And she bought Ocean's 8, and then she bought that,
$25?
that dog movie that Mac talked about.
Isle of Dogs.
By the way, if you're keeping track at home, Ocean's 8 is the female version of Ocean's 11. It's got an all-female cast with, I think, Sandra Bullock is in it. Right, it's got
Rihanna.
Mia Kunis, isn't she?
Mila
in it too?
Kunis.
Mila Kunis is not in that movie.
It's got what?
She's not in that movie.
Oh, sorry, I didn't watch it. It's got Rosemary.
That's right. Angela
Anne
Lansbury.
Hathaway.
It's got,
Look, it's not that woman.
Elaine Stritch.
It's not that the women couldn't carry the movie. It's a script.
We're going to break
Bjork.
into the casino.
It's got Bjork.
New York's
Oh,
definitely.
she's great. Well,
She's
it has to have an
wonderful in it.
international flavor.
Amy Winehouse.
The late. It was her last
The
project.
late Amy Winehouse is in it. It's special. I'm sorry. What were you saying? What?
I don't want to be sexist.
No.
I can't.
Never. You're never sexist.
The women didn't mess that movie up. The script did.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. And it
Terrible.
was set at the Met, and there's not. We see enough of the Met on TMZ, the Met Gala. And I don't care about the diamonds. Leave me alone.
Right.
I want casinos getting taken for all they're worth. I want barons.
You mean it wasn't even a casino caper?
No,
I
the
had-
whole
it
reason
was a
jewel
the whole
caper.
reason the ocean.
Carla
Jewels.
said.
Yeah,
Carla
stupid.
said that in honor of her birthday, we have a babysitter Saturday, and we can go to the bad place.
Yeah.
And I had last night. I swear to God, I took NyQuil, and I had a casino dream. I
Okay.
had a vivid.
That's next
casino,
level stuff problem right
that's
there.
Casino dream.
Yeah.
My
I mean,
my
casino nightmare, don't we?
Am I right, ladies?
My casino dream involved like a traffic jam where I was scamming some people to get some money, and I got some money, and I went to the first casino and I won big, and then I told my Uber driver to take me to Aria in Las Vegas.
Oh, Aria.
and
Nothing
they
better.
and I took and when I went there, Aria had a slot machine that was a penny slot machine in most casinos, but they had it like for $25. And I played it, and I won $24,000 on the Aria penny slot that was for $25.
Okay, here's the
was
thing.
So great,
Mike, it's problematic that your fever dream is about a casino, but I'm
Yeah.
more troubled. You are not a detail-oriented person,
right?
and you're giving me statistics based on this dream like it just really happened.
Like it's a
It
I won
was-
$24,000 on a $25
amazing.
pull. Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. I remembered this slot machine as being just so you could throw hundreds of dollars away in a nanosecond, but this particular payoff, the payoffs were astonishing if you could hit on this particular machine. It's just it's the
They're
prototype
worst machines. Why do you
It's the
continue
rube. It's the
drooling
rube.
over them?
Yes, because you never see them except if you're in Vegas. Vegas has the most.
went to-
Okay, so with the
decadent,
penny
you know.
the penny slot, one of the things is when you play a penny slot, you play
You
like
can lose hundreds of dollars on a penny slot,
well, yeah,
like
easy.
this machine.
because
this
you're
was
playing like 50,
$25.
you're playing like 50 lines on a penny
right,
slot.
right.
Were you
I
playing a
watched
lot
the
of
guy
lines
playing.
on
I
the
was so jealous. I watched the guy play it. It was absolutely amazing to watch him. He was getting housed. He was losing thousands of dollars. It was so much fun to watch. With dollars eyes. Yes, that's right. I'm talking like Robert Shaw right now with my cold.
I'll
It's
never play
dollars eyes.
another slot machine. I'll never put on a life jacket.
Right now, I just realized where my vocal register is. It's Robert Shaw from Jaws.
It is.
Farewell and adieu, you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. So I've gone to the Aria Casino to play the penny slot for $25.
Speaking of
Yes.
Jaws, another shark attacked off the coast of Cape Cod.
Really?
Yeah, Cape Cod. Very.
I called my brother in a panic. I was like, "Hey, are you guys doing well? Everything okay?" They're like, "Well, what are you talking about?" I said, "If you watch the news, you know not to go.
They
to
don't
deep
watch
water.
the news. They're busy medicating people.
Maybe, you know what? If he wasn't so busy, maybe he could have saved that shark victim.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. If he wasn't so slow, maybe they would have
Sew
caught
him up. Sew him up and get him back on the beach
jerk.
next summer.
They're at home.
Right.
That's right.
But anyway, it's scary up there because the waters are getting warmer, the storms are getting more intense, the hurricanes are getting more frequent. Although this season, knock on wood, there's my knock on wood right there. Hopefully, we will not have any more.
And also,
please,
Mike,
God, please, as Oscar likes to say, please, baby Jesus, no more storms for me. Please,
it's not just the change in the weather. The sharks are getting smarter.
Yes, the sharks are getting smarter, and they're going to where the food is.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to have lasers.
What does it say?
on their head.
Last night after I took my NyQuil, we went to Carla's birthday, and I had 3 frozen margaritas, and then I had my NyQuil.
Yeah.
And the combination of having the alcohol and having the NyQuil caused me to stay up later than I normally would. I slept like a rock when I finally got to sleep a little after midnight. But until that time, I was very wired, and I was making weird choices on YouTube. I turned the television off, and when everybody goes to bed and it's dark in the room, I put on YouTube, and I watch some very, very disturbing videos of bears attacking people and lions killing like warthogs. I'm not normal. I gotta tell you, I need a shrink. I need a shrink because I'm not normal.
Maybe
I watch this.
Maybe
yeah,
you've got a hunter-gatherer syndrome going on right now.
I don't know what it is, but I've been fascinating watching these videos of like leopards jumping in cars and stuff like that. And then
that's cute, though. I think that's adorable.
But the great ones are the bears that just like there's one thing you don't ever want to do to an animal. You never want to come up behind an animal where they don't know you're there, because that lady, everybody's seen this video where the giant bear attacks that lady who's sitting down, and the lady, as the guy is talking to the bear, comes down and sits in a chair right next to the bear, but the bear, it's out of the bear's sight line, and as soon as the bear turns around, the bear goes ooh like that and attacks the lady, wrestles her to the ground, and they're hitting it with a stick and all this, and it was fascinating. And then I moved from the bear attack. There's a great viral video. I don't know if it's viral, but people have watched this where a guy has a GoPro on his bike helmet, and he's riding along, and he looks over, and you see a bear coming from the side, and he starts pedaling, and he's continuously looking back, and the bear is right on his rear tire, and it's just I'm so medicated. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about on this show.
People don't realize when you film point of view stuff with a GoPro on a bike helmet, it looks like a horror film. They don't even have to direct it because you're seeing him.
And the guy's got
forward.
amazing flexibility because he turns his head around just like The Exorcist to see this bear, and the bear's going bloop, 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 but it's like catching up on the guy. Yeah. And then he still can't outrun the bear, so he pulls off the trail, and then he turns, which I don't understand that move. Maybe he's just gassed. And he turns around and he looks, and there's the bear on the path, and the bear goes in the other direction. And the guy gets away, luckily. But these, you just do not want to mess with a bear. There you go. That's the Mike O'Mara tip of the day. Do not mess with a bear.
If you had to choose, bear or shark?
Oh, that's a tough choice. That's like making me choose between my ex-wives. I'm not going to do that today.
Which is
we'll
which?
Take a break. Huh?
Which is which?
Oh, one bear, one shark. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm lying. That would be 2 water deaths. Yeah, there would be fins for both wives. But anyway, yeah. We'll take a break and we'll come back with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show.
The season is changing, giving way to the vibrant colors of autumn, as a voice from the West beckons us.
It's time to go to school.
Your football weekends start on Thursdays on TMOS with the prognosticator of Verump, Nikki Diamond.
Who's ready to cash in?
Get the lowdown on the players to watch and find out how to score big with the Merle, the Diamond Pick of the Week, and all new for 2018, the Carry. You'll be
in the know.
Thursdays on the Mike O'Mara Show, because
winning money isn't everything. It's the only thing when you listen to Nikki Diamond, baby.
That's Nikki Diamond. Thursdays on the Mike O'Mara Show. Should be a bit. I can't wait to hear the Merle or the Carry. Lots of fun. That's a sleeper, by the way.
That's the sleeper, right, yeah.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Beachbody On Demand. One of the hardest things about working out is it's inconvenient.
Yep.
So now, more than ever, you need Beachbody On Demand. Mrs. O'Mara is all in. She likes Oscar the Payo. That's
Pilates
that's
and yoga
what
mixed
she
up.
is in. Beachbody On Demand is an easy-to-use streaming service that gives you instant access to a wide variety of super effective workouts you can do from the comfort of your living room 24/7. This is the company behind P90X, Insanity, 21-Day Fix, T25, Brazil Butt Lift, Payo, Hip Hop Abs, 3-week yoga retreat, and more. Get motivated by celebrity super trainers you know, like Sean, Tony Horton, and Autumn Calabrese. I love Autumn Calabrese. She makes it fun. And the best part, TMOS listeners can try it absolutely free. Join over 1 million people currently on Beachbody On Demand. I know that Oscar loves
Think about this, people.
it.
We are roughly a month and a half away from Vegas.
Yes.
Don't you want to be your best? Don't you want to look your best? The 21-Day Fix will get you there.
I really want you to try this service because it'll make you feel better inside and out, I promise. Our listeners get a special free trial membership when you text TMOS to 303030. That's access to the entire platform for free. All the workouts, nutrition information, and support totally free. Again, just text TMOS to 303030 for Beachbody On Demand, and we thank you. It's time to talk Adrian Garcia, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't it always time to talk Adrian Garcia?
Talking Adrian Garcia.
The show
Adrian,
after
what is,
the show.
All right, Adrian Garcia is an interesting lad. First of all, is he hanging around the studio like he used to at all?
Yes, he's painting and taping.
Yes.
He's painting and taping, so you've got him in the fold.
I've taken him out of the TMOS universe and taken him into the Podcast Village universe.
And more and less on the sort of audio oriented, but more of the physical labor end of it.
Just can't quit him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's tough to quit, but he's an interesting lad,
Yes.
and I wonder about what he is up to in his off hours when he might be working at the hotel or he might be.
He's not
just
doing
hanging
anything
around.
outside of what we're doing here.
He isn't. Okay.
No.
Well, he's working at the hotel, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying here at Podcast Village.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's the time he's here is the time he's usually here. He's just not in studio or burning down the studio.
He is. I have found Adrian to be an interesting lad on social media.
In
so
what
yesterday,
way?
Well, yesterday, for example, he posts Amazon is holding walk-in interviews here at the Hampton for their packing shipping center in Sterling, and he gives the hourly wage, and he gives Amazon a free ad on social media for pass this along if anyone is looking for a job, which that's fine, but it's just like he directs his energy. Maybe he's just being a nice guy.
He's just being a nice kid.
Right?
He truly is
he's
nice.
Just being a nice kid.
I don't think he has a mean bone in his body.
All right, so that's a normal kind of friendly. I'm going to help my brothers out to get people employed if he wants to.
He has prostitutes that go to that hotel. He gives them catalogs for the junior college.
Yeah, I wonder.
This kid's mother. He thinks he's Mother Teresa.
That's wonderful.
Does he give the prostitutes hourly rate as well?
I bet he does.
Then you get this one dated September 17th. And it's 2011. You go way back with him, 7 years ago, and he says weekends mean nothing. So that was obviously during a dark period in his life where he was not. Maybe he was
working a lot of hours, so the weekend really wasn't a break for him.
Then we go to a more recent post from September 15th of this year, where he says, "Quote: I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." Now, that's just a curious one, right? You know?
I have a theory on that one.
This is what I think Adrian Garcia is as you mow through his posts. I've seen this before, Mike, and I've been a little perplexed and concerned, and I've actually been fortunate enough to ask him about a few of these.
Right.
Where Adrian will write something that's something you maybe a quote you would see on someone's yearbook. Not seize the day, but something that's a little more obscure.
But something inspirational.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like today I woke up at 9 a.m. and I'm going to take on the world or some,
Right.
What was it? There's no hack in this, man.
Sure.
I'm in seventh gear. Some BS like that.
Yeah.
And every time I see that from him, I want to post. I don't do it because I'm not mean.
You're
kind.
kind.
I want to post. No, you're not. Because he's not. But he loves telling the world he is. And this is the syndrome of the classic hack slacker in our world. I'm going to project to the world that I'm doing something special, but I'm not.
Well,
I will probably fall back asleep, and then that's it.
I don't know that if it's a slacker thing as much as it's a pot thing. I think he's got a lot of emotions that bounce around in wicked angles and bounce right back hard.
Do you think you could explain this one to me on September 14th? Come on, big bucks, big bucks. No traffic, big bucks. What the F is he talking about there?
That's not a music lyric because I couldn't even think of a rap song that would have that in it.
Well, no, it's a reference to Press Your Luck, the old game show, but instead of saying no whammies, he's saying no traffic.
Is he driving to work? Is that what he's
Does it say what time it's posted? Does it have a time on it?
It's at 5:56 a.m., so I would assume he's in some sort of traffic situation.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. He just
then
doesn't
on
want traffic.
September 14th, I did a deep dive. That's why I decided to bring his Facebook page to the show.
Mike, this is less troubling than you watching. This is more troubling than you watching the bear videos.
Adrian Garcia on September 14th at 4:48 a.m. Breakfast? What's wrong with him?
The guy's got the sleep patterns of, I would say, a third. Well, because he does play the third shift. That's his shift sometimes.
Yep.
He actually works the third shift when the guy doesn't show up. And then sometimes he'll come into work after that shift and then misedit or edit the wrong file, and then Pony will post it.
So yeah, he has left from the hotel.
Now this is one where he's younger and he's more aware. Stop it. He's younger and he's more aware of things than I am. Whoa! Did not expect Bobby Caldwell to look like that. That's on September 12th at 6:41. Can you translate that one for me? What is who's Bobby
is it
Caldwell?
CAL or COL?
CALDWELL.
I'm going to find out who this cat is.
Was probably watching cable at work, pretending to work, and then saw them finally put two and two together, and then was like,
September 12th, 4:32 a.m. There's one thing to know about this earth. We're put here just to make more dirt, and that's okay. I think he's giving song lyrics, maybe.
Yeah, and he's at work doing nothing.
Right.
So he's just posting online.
He does. He does do one thing that I think is entertaining. Is when he's bored at work, he will make microwave popcorn to see how long it is. Someone comes into the lobby and asks for popcorn for their room. That's something I would do.
That may be his most lucid, and funny post because he talks about making the popcorn.
Bobby Caldwell, Mike, is an American singer and songwriter who recorded the hit single "What You Won't Do for Love" in 1978. Now he sings standards from the Great American Songbook. So it's a musician of some sort.
He said, I don't want to take sides, but I don't stand for the anthem at work either.
Okay. Sometimes he writes a joke. Sometimes he writes a joke.
He's just, I think all I can tell you from this is by my deep dive on social media with Adrian Garcia, I am thinking that perhaps we need to get him on the show more often. I think we need to mine that brain
he's the show
material.
Cancer.
He really
I know he is. I know.
But you know what? He's not.
We've banned him for the show for that reason.
I think, Mike.
As a person, he's a good person.
You're onto something. What we need to do is give him assignments so he comes bearing content. He can't just panel. He doesn't
September
have that
10th,
ability.
he writes, I like to play this game. Which body part is going to fail me today? I'm in preliminary talks with Hasbro Toys. He just makes me laugh. He does make me laugh. He's so bad at broadcasting, but when you read his written stuff, even though his grammar is terrible, it's kind of fun. It's just I'm totally amused. I could sit on his page and watch these posts forever.
I bet there's a lot of posts.
Except when he does
make
the song lyrics. Don't do the song lyrics, okay? Idiot. Think on your own. I really go.
He fancies himself a musician, you see.
But the one Rob's talking about, September 8th at 5:58 p.m. On slow nights at the hotel, I like to microwave popcorn in the lobby and see how long it takes before other guests buy popcorn as well. See, but he didn't need to say buy popcorn as well.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where he doesn't know how to speak English. Yeah. So he's like, as well or so.
It's something to have to eat or so for dinner.
And then he gives more song lyrics. So I don't know. And then I'll give the last one here. This is September 5th. I've covered the entire month of September for Adrian Garcia.
Love this.
Well, probably his best month, I think.
If you really don't think about it, burritos are technically just sandwiches. Adrian Garcia, ladies and gentlemen, give him a nice round of applause. He actually made the show with his post, and I know he's going to be very, very happy. And then right below that, he shared one of our videos, which I think is fantastic.
Cool too, yeah.
We'll take a break, come back with more fun. We'll talk about the Emmys on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa.
The deception with And the Lord spoke to his people, providing them these 10 commandments. Thou shalt not worship false podcasts. Thou shalt not use the name of Mike in vain. Honor thy father and mother by buying them a TMOS bonus package. Thou shalt not kill Oscar on Facebook. Thou shalt not steal Rob's little sounds. Thou shalt not covet Mike's wife. We pray in the name of Mike O'Mara, Rob Spewak, and Oscar Santana. Download in peace.
Dan, put down the tablets and take out the trash.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Is a low credit score preventing you from buying a new home or from refinancing and consolidating debt? If so, don't worry, there is an answer. You need to talk to our friend Mark Livingstone at Cornerstone First Financial. Mark told us that if you don't have a credit score of 680 or higher, the big banks and quick online mortgage firms aren't going to work with you.
True.
Not cool, but Cornerstone can make it happen with the right. Can you give that music just a little bit of a break?
Thank you.
Jesus. But Cornerstone can make it happen 2 days in a row. With the rise in interest rates, are making less money. Let me hold on just a second. Let me see if I can do this the right way here. I just want to make sure that I've got it. All right. Hold on. I'm going to start doing my Cornerstone commercial now.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. I'm getting this right here. I want to get the right song to do it. Let's see. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
This segment of the program is brought to you by Cornerstone First Financial. All right. You see my point. With the rise in interest rates, banks are making less money and loosening guidelines to compete much more aggressively. So, did he turn it up on purpose?
I don't know what he was doing.
That might mess with you just a little bit. Just
even if you've been, let me put my lozenge in. Thank you.
Now everything's right.
I'm doing my best here. So even if you've been turned down before, you may qualify for a purchase or a refi, or you might even use the appreciation of your home as a virtual ATM with a credit score as low as 560. I can say with supreme confidence that if Cornerstone First can't do it, nobody can. Call Cornerstone First right now and watch them meet or beat any deal out there. They are the best, and they are Oscar Santana approved. Woo! Click their banner on our website, visit cornerstonefirst.com, or call them 202-625-1221. Mention TMOS and receive a free appraisal at closing. Cornerstone First Financial, personal attention from application to closing, and we thank them. Did you watch the Emmys last night, fella?
I watched about, I'd say 90% of them, yeah.
I watched the whole thing on and off, but it was weird. I was actually entertained. It was so weird.
I had moments where I was absolutely enthralled, entertained, and now the hosts could not suck enough, although Michael Che did the Reparation Emmy Awards, which was one of the funniest racial bits of comedy I have ever seen in my lifetime. It was perfection.
Yep.
It was so hysterically funny that he went and he took Emmy Awards and he gave them to black artists that have been on TV for years.
Actors,
and
yeah.
I thought it crushed. That was a flawless bit. That's Michael Che's strength. I think he's an amazing writer and a comedy guy, and he did a great job. But the two of them, I don't like them on Weekend Update. I don't think they're that good. And as hosts, I felt the same way. It's a big bowl of okay.
I like them on a Weekend Update, but what I don't like is making the Emmys into a 3-hour episode of Saturday Night Live, because they brought the entire cast. And the biggest problem was not the hosts. Hosts were okay. They work better at the news setting than they do as hosting an event. Was that thing with Maya Rudolph and the other guy.
That was weird.
Yeah, not funny.
It never was funny.
It wasn't
just
funny.
Wasn't funny at all.
It didn't have, and they went to it for the entire show. However, I posted one thing on Facebook last night when I watched this, and I'm not sure. We have the audio. I'm not sure whether it is going to translate to the just audio. The video was fantastic. Is it Rachel Brosnahan? Is that the correct?
Brosnahan, I think it is.
Brosnahan. She is the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which one of our listeners turned me on to.
Great show.
And Carla and I watched the entire series. Can't wait for season 2. It is the best thing that's come out in a long, long time, and it won the Emmy. It cleaned up on the Emmys last night. They send her out, and what she is she's kind of a young Jewish wife in New York who tries her hand at stand-up comedy. And some genius in the layout of the show decided that they will they'll bring her out to present with Larry David. And as soon as they walked out together, I said, if this is handled right, this could be extremely funny, because she has, as she demonstrates on her show, if you've not seen The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you are missing out. It is it's got Tony Shalhoub. It's got Kevin Pollak in it. It is brilliant. The young lady that plays her manager, I wish I had her name.
Is it Alex Borstein?
I think so. She won the Emmy last night.
She picked up 2 last night as well.
They had a great acceptance speech. But they bring out Rachel Brosnahan and Larry David. And this, I had to post about it, because this was one of the funniest moments I've ever heard, because it's Larry David being Larry, and all she has to do is be his straight man. And I hope this translates. Listen to this moment as they bring out Larry David and Rachel to present the winner. They don't present the nominees anymore. They just present the winner.
By the way, I like that new format where the winners are announced and they just have to come out and present. I think that's a big step.
I hope they do it for all award shows.
It's nice to be up here with you, Larry.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Very nice. Lovely. It's lovely.
What's wrong?
I can't do the banter. I can't. I don't know how to banter. I feel like I'm on a date. I'm all dressed up. I'm nervous. I got to be on. You know, it's not good.
Yeah. Kind of feels like we got set up.
Right? Yeah. So?
Yeah.
Mrs. Maisel? Huh?
Larry David.
How am I doing?
And the winner is...
It was the most brilliant dirty old man move. She's hot, by the way.
No, she is.
Rachel Brosnahan is a total
pretty,
turbo
yes.
hottie. And she just turns around and gives him the grossest look, which was just, it's Larry being Larry, and then like, hey, is there, a chance with us?
Yeah.
And she doesn't, she blows him off. I thought that was really
great.
well. Other moments at the Emmys were the marriage proposal from the guy that directed the Oscars telecast.
Would you like to hear it? I have it. It's actually pretty great.
Let me, I just get done posting this, and then the moment of the night, which was, let me just say, fellas, anybody that goes to a baseball game, puts up something on the Jumbotron, and decides that they want to propose to their girlfriend, you got trumped. If you're
you'll never do this. You'll never do this.
If you're ever going to have a moment that was fantastic, this dude decides to propose to his girlfriend, older guy proposing to an older woman at the Emmy Awards.
His name is Glenn Weiss, and he had just won for directing the Academy Awards. And you mentioned something in the pre-show. He handled it like a great director, because he got into it so slickly. No one saw it coming.
And the girlfriend was just so sweet. There's no one that didn't appreciate this. If you have any romantic bone in your body, you were digging this. Listen to this. This is a great moment.
Mom always believed in finding the sunshine in things, and she adored my girlfriend, Jan.
Can you pause it for a second?
Jan.
I want you to start it again. Because he goes from his mother dying, I believe, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, very recently.
So he's got that, and then he talks about his mother. So you literally hear the audience go, "Oh gosh," because that's when you're getting an award like this, and your mom missed it, and she passed 2 weeks. I can totally, relate to that. So he says that, and then he goes on talking about his mom.
Mom always believed in finding the sunshine in things, and she adored my girlfriend, Jan. Jan, you are the sunshine in my life. And Mom was right. Don't ever let go of your sunshine. You wonder why I don't like to call you my girlfriend? Because I want to call you my wife. This is the ring that my dad put on my mom's finger 67 years ago.
Oh, God.
And to my sisters and brothers, I didn't swipe it. Dad knows I have it, okay? Jan, I want to put this ring that my mom wore on your finger in front of all these people and in front of my mom and your parents watching from above. Will you marry me?
She says yes.
Thank you to the Academy. Thank you, everybody.
That wouldn't have worked if it was a young hot couple.
No,
you're right. Not have
absolutely
worked.
right.
He would have been douche of douches.
Yeah,
like, totally made it all about him and her.
Absolutely,
and
then he, at the end, his last line that he he prepared it thanks to the Academy.
So great
that he got his proposal. You can't. That is, I really don't think you could ever top that on any award show. That is probably one of the best moments of an award show in the history of award shows. That'll be used again and again and again.
To me, it felt genuine. Not like a real, like over the top thing. So I mean, it was a pretty special moment.
And then Oscar for you, Game of Thrones won for best drama. So that's pretty
bittersweet,
cool.
Mike. Bittersweet.
Why is it?
Because the series is over. It's coming to it's coming to an end.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No?
But they were into it. It was weird to see that slick bald guy, the creepy guy that's like the priest. It was weird to see him with hair. But he had a full head of hair.
It's weird to see any of those characters in the wild.
Out of context.
Because it really bothers me.
Yeah,
right. If they don't have their armor on, or if they, like seeing Jamie Lannister just bebopping around Sunset Boulevard really bothers me. Really
so
bothers
Lorne Michaels wins for Saturday Night Live. Right. And the entire cast of Saturday Night Live gets up on
8
stage.
8 million people, yeah.
And all nasty, like smug, smarmy, I'm the richest man in the world, Lorne Michaels can muster with his acceptance speech is that back in 1975, they were saying the networks wouldn't be around. And he said something like, back in 1975, they said the networks, and here it is, 2008. Hey, thanks, Lorne.
Yeah,
that was really, really inspiring, you smug douchebag.
Is he
Honest
trying to sound like Dr. Evil now?
Back in 1975, they said that it's like, why can't you just acknowledge the amazing amount of talent that has propped your sorry ass up all these years? Yes, you invented the format, but you have ridden on the backs of more talented people than you for decades, and you should acknowledge them because they're all standing in back of you.
A lot of people would even question that he invented the format. A lot of people would say he just sort of adapted it.
He was just there.
He was there.
Right?
He was there. Now, I do have a question for you because I thought what on paper seems like a great idea might have been a tremendous misstep. How did you feel about them trotting out Betty White?
Well, I didn't realize that Betty White has lost her ability to communicate.
Yeah.
That was shocking to me as well.
It was very, very sad because she looked, for somebody in their 90s, she looked fantastic.
96,
and then she had a real... And look, guys, I'm sorry, that 95 mark is, kind of a line of demarcation. I witnessed that firsthand. I mean, but my mom, God rest her soul, right up to the end, right up before she got medicated, and she had it all together, and she could communicate very efficiently. It seemed like maybe there was something mentally going on there, and that's a sad thing that happened with Betty White.
If that's the case, that obviously would have happened also in rehearsal. And it was, I feel, unfair to Betty White to put her in that situation. They could have easily run a clip reel. They could have honored her that way. She could have come out and waved and then done a clip reel. And then we don't have some sort of weird feeling in our tummy that we're watching a woman die on stage. I felt really bad for her because she has such a dazzling reputation. I didn't like that at all.
And the only other thing I thought that was just an odd moment was on the death reel when they showed the memorial segment. With John McCain.
John McCain.
I wasn't sure why they made
that made me
choice.
turn my head too.
It was kind of strange, wasn't it?
The only thing I could guess is because he was a regular pundit and commentator, and that's what they'll probably say. He did all the news shows. He did all the Sunday morning news shows, and he was a very common contributor to those.
It's funny. My take on it, Rob, was that they were really kind of exploiting how his death affected the national consciousness. And I thought they were kind of they were kind of like jumping on the bandwagon with that, which I thought was kind of weird. It was kind of odd.
There was a couple odd choices, and is this, I think, the first time that Lorne Michaels produced the show, and it definitely had a different feeling.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like the awards. It
was better than the rest.
It was.
Yeah,
but
it was a great award. It had some amazing moments, and it really did.
But it felt to me like the focus was not on the awards themselves, but on the stuff that strung them together. And I think they're taking a page from the Grammys there, because the Grammys now is 5 trophies and then all performances. So they have those great filmed pieces. You mentioned the reparations one. The musical number failed at the front of the show, but they had good stuff sprinkled throughout to bring it together.
And the thing about the Emmys now that I realize when I watch the show is how much content. It's just like podcasts. I mean, there's so much great stuff out there. And what I find, I should take a notebook to the Emmys just to jot down all this fantastic programming that I have missed during the course of the year. By the way, I'm going to revisit Godless because those clips got me motivated to watch that show again, which got a lot of nominations last night. There's just a lot of really... The Looming Tower is another show that I never watched, and I'd like to see the lead up to 9/11, which might be fascinating for us. I was just I think there's a lot of content out there we should pay attention to.
If you do watch Godless, do me a favor and have one of those cough drops so you can open your mouth and say, "No God."
Oh, God. Is my mouth really getting redder and redder?
The tongue is pretty red, yeah.
Well, man's got to do what he's got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Hit the freaking music, bro. Anyway, we'll take a break and come back with news you may not need. I'll limp through that when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get to know our friend at KCJJ, Steve Bridges. Did you know that Steve has been on the air since 1965? That's nearly 100 years. He is a member of the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He got the nickname Captain Steve when he served at Pearl Harbor. Steve invented the phrase, "the 10th caller wins." He wears glasses not for vision, but only to make himself look smarter. Steve played Mickey in the popular 1950s show Circus Boy. His cartoon-styled voice inspired the character of Joe Rockhead. And he owns and operates the mighty 1630 KCJJ, the terrestrial flagship broadcast home of the Mike O'Mara Show since 2009, which happens to be the best show on KCJJ. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, KCJJ. You are the best.
1630 KCJJ.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Robinhood. If you think that financial services and investing are just for the wealthy, think again and say hello to Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, those are exchange-traded funds, options, and cryptocurrencies, and you can all do it commission-free.
Yes.
Robinhood is the non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. Robinhood opens investing to everyone. It's simple, it's intuitive, even for a newcomer. You're going to love this. The best part, no commission fees. Other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees. You trade your stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, it's simple. Robinhood has easy-to-understand charts and market data. You can place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. I have done it. It is easy. If I can do it, you can do it. You'll learn how to invest as you build your portfolio, and Robinhood has custom notifications for price movements, so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving TMOS listeners a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help build your portfolio. Sign up at MikeO'MaraShow.com. I'm sorry, that's MikeO'Mara.Robinhood.com. Let me give it to you one more time. That's MikeO'Mara.Robinhood.com. Do it today, and you will be glad you did. We are delighted to have Robinhood on the Mike O'Mara Show, and you gonna love it.
News!
Boo! Tom Arnold's new show, The Hunt for the Trump Tapes. I didn't even know that was a thing. That premieres tonight on Vice.
That's my favorite station, Mike.
If you didn't know, it's a show where Tom tries to dig up incriminating footage from President Trump's past. Tom insists that the producer, and I think other people have backed him up on this, the producer of The Apprentice, Mark Burnett, is sitting on behind-the-scenes footage of Trump saying the N-word and other offensive things. At a pre-Emmy party on Saturday night, Arnold and Burnett came face-to-face and ended up in a shoving match. After it happened, Tom Arnold tweeted, quote, "Mark Burnett just went crazy and choked me at this huge Emmy party. Then he ran away with his torn pink shirt and missing gold chain. I'm waiting for LAPD." Tom Arnold is a pain in the ass.
He's such a nice guy and a sensible guy.
The promos for the show look fantastic.
Well,
he's
here's
talking
the
to
deal.
Arnold. He's talking to all these celebrities.
He's calling all his friends.
Like people that know that there's stuff out there and why you would sit on it. Well, Tom Arnold says that Mark Burnett is sitting on it basically because he's a wuss. That's the long and short. He's afraid of Trump. That's why he's not putting it out there. But it's just interesting that Mark Burnett has sat on these tapes if they do exist, and apparently they really
audio
do.
clip that is played. Look, I watch Vice on a regular basis.
That's great. I love Vice.
Some solid entertainment. They
very cool stuff.
They have they have a show like The Rich and Famous.
Yeah.
But instead of Robin Leach, God rest his soul, they have 2 Chainz the rapper and 2 Chainz. The show's called The Most Expensivest.
I've read about this show. Yeah, I've heard of this show.
And it is fascinating.
Really?
That's when this past weekend I caught up on that program, and they show the promos, and the promos are Arnold. It's like a bunch of, I guess, shuffling around, and then he's like, Arnold. He's like, and Arnold's like, did you just come out of a dumpster? He's like, yes, I'm looking for the tapes.
Yeah, very, very cool. We'll have to see how good it is when it gets out there.
Yes.
All right, now hear me out on this because I don't want to get in trouble when I share this story with you, but. Let me give it to you first, and then I'll tell you my opinion, and I might piss some people off, but that's okay. Sean Penn shared his opinion on the Me Too movement yesterday on the Today Show, and I'll let you judge what he said, but I really want you to hear this out. Listen to this carefully. He said, quote, "This is a movement that was largely shouldered by a kind of receptacle of the salacious. The spirit of much of what has been the Me Too movement is to divide men and women. I don't agree with that." But he added, quote, "I'm very suspicious of a movement that gets glommed onto in great stridency and rage without nuance." I agree with him on that. Okay? The point, I think I understand what he's trying to say, and even when people try to discuss it in a nuanced way, the nuance is attacked. It's too black and white. In most things that are very important, it's really good to just slow down. So I agree with everything except that the spirit of the Me Too movement, I think the spirit of the Me Too movement was to empower women. I really do believe that.
I believe that.
I also think when you have this big tidal wave, that there is nuance, and you should not attack the nuance because all situations are not the same. There are people that have been brought down by this that didn't necessarily, in my opinion, deserve what they got. And I think that you have to be careful, and you do have to slow down and take every one of these circumstances as an individual situation. And I think that's what he was trying to say. But see, the problem with Sean Penn is Sean Penn will say something like the spirit of much of what has been the Me Too movement is to divide men and women. No, it's not.
And also,
I don't believe that for a second. I think that the spirit of it is to empower women and to for women to get together. But when he talks about the attacking of the nuance, I totally agree with that.
But also, I think
if somebody does something and you say, "Well, there's kind of a gray area there," people get attacked.
He should be a little more clear in his speech. If you're using the phrase "receptacle of salaciousness," you're going to have people tune out. If he were just to say, "Every situation is individual," we need to look at the details, watch the gray area, and slow down. Who's going to disagree with that? Slow down. Nobody.
Yeah. There are biblical references that apply to this situation.
Exactly.
Right? He is who is without sin, cast the first stone. You've got that situation right now. But here's something that's really important, and I don't want to get political on people, but you've got something right now with a Supreme Court justice. And this is, look, the one thing that they cannot do. You don't rush this.
No, you can't.
Right now, let the people be heard and let this be heard. You've got to slow down. This is a Supreme Court justice. And if you let the woman who apparently is a widely respected woman have her day in front of this, and why would you rush? Outside of I want my team to win, and I don't want to hear. Well, your team's got plenty of good people,
right?
So if this is not the best person, have your team get another. You've still got 2 years to get a teammate in there. Get the right teammate, Republicans.
Slow down.
I mean, I really believe that with all of my heart. So I hope, whenever you're talking about the Me Too movement, when you're talking about women who have been abused or an individual that has a pattern of behavior, slow it down, break it down, and then, inevitably, in a lot of this, you have a Les Moonves situation where there they are. Here come the other 3. Here come the other 4. Here come the other 8. That's the way that goes down.
Right.
But they're also somebody that might do something once, and it's nuanced, and don't attack somebody just because they want to take the time to figure it out.
Yeah.
There, I've made my speech. I'm sorry. Most women and men would kill to go to work every day with a shirtless Chris Hemsworth. Unless you actually wanted to get work done. Dakota Johnson found that out on the set of the upcoming movie Bad Times at the El Royale. She says, quote, "Oh my God, it's such a distraction. No one on set could pay attention to anything else. It was so shocking, not in a sexual way at all, just like, scientifically, how is it possible to look like that?"
That's funny.
Crazy. And when Dakota saw him eat, it went from distracting to infuriating. This is funny what she says about it. She says, quote, "He would eat a bowl of Smarties, and you're like, you're an a-hole. F you." She says, "I don't eat anything sweet. I eat green things for 3 months in order to fit into a pair of jeans, and he eats whatever the F he wants. It looks like he was literally chiseled out of marble. It's insane."
I love the notion of a bowl full of Smarties. That's
bowl
huge.
full of Smarties, just eating candy. You know? And on a related note, today is National Cheeseburger Day.
Oh, yeah.
And according to a new poll, 82% of Americans say they love cheeseburgers. Well, who doesn't love a cheeseburger, right?
Hey, Mike, 82% of Americans have said they like cheeseburgers.
Who are the 18%? That's what I want to know.
Vegans?
Vegans.
Stupid vegans.
Communists.
Kiss my ass.
The poll also
Nazis.
asked people for their favorite type of cheese to use on a burger. It was close, but American was the top pick, followed by cheddar, Swiss, pepper jack, and provolone. Provolone's good on a cheeseburger.
Provolone's the best on a cheeseburger.
Oh, it's the best. You like that's your number one choice?
That's my
huh?
number one seed.
I think you might be kind of correct on that one.
Yeah.
Pretty good stuff. Oscar, what's your favorite cheese on a cheeseburger?
Cheddar cheese.
Cheddar is good too. They're all
I
good.
like the cheese
Cheeseburger.
that comes in a can.
Thank you very much. The Journal of Psychological Science released a study this month that found people's first impressions of you are probably better than you think. I think all of us in the business of show need to listen to this story. In general, you're more well-liked than you realize. Researchers at Harvard and Cornell observed people meeting for the first time and then had them rate each other and themselves according to how the conversation went. And people consistently rated the other person as being more likable and fun to talk to than when they rated themselves, a trend they call the liking gap. It didn't just apply to first impressions, though. Even after several months of knowing someone, people still gave them higher ratings than they gave themselves. In other words, you shouldn't be nervous about making a good first impression because you probably come across better than you think, especially if you're shy. The study found the liking gap exists across all personality not across.
Across.
That's the lozenge. Or the lozenge.
Lozenge.
It exists across all personality types, but it's even more common for people who describe themselves as shy or introverted.
Right.
There we go. And now a story that I saw for the first time down here on the news, the local news, not a local Florida story, but this was a story I had to bring into the second day of the news cycle because it's that good and I wanted it. The cops went to 26-year-old Amanda Peters' house in Livingston, Kentucky on Saturday to arrest her for an outstanding warrant for identity theft and car theft. But she wasn't going too easily. She ran into the bathroom, hopped onto the toilet, and then, according to police, she, quote, intentionally released her bowels in an upward motion and with a purposeful direction that landed on the cop's face, arms, and legs.
Oh.
Either way, she's a classy lady who now has a great icebreaker story for dinner parties. She's not going to go to a dinner party. Also, it didn't work, and she was arrested. On top of the other charges she was already facing, she was hit with resisting arrest, and it's third-degree assault when you do that to a police officer. Yeah. The arresting officer was unavailable for comment since he's still in the shower. There we go. We'll take a break.
The
Come back with the the audio vault with Rob Spiewak coming up next.
Hello, this is internet sensation Tati Abeje. Do you stare at your computer all day? Well, at least it's better than staring at Santana Moss. Face it, you're addicted. So, if you're staring at your computer anyway, you might as well be staring at the Mike O'Mara Show YouTube page. Just go to youtube.com/Mike O'Mara Show and click the bell to subscribe to our page. Now, you can see Mike make fun of Rob's big head or laugh at Oscar while he gets his head shaved. So hit up the TMOS YouTube page and watch all of the episodes that your computer-loving mind desires. Or or just throw your computer out the window. Because if you're not watching us on YouTube, you're not using your computer for the right things anyway.
That's right, Toddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Toddy.
You're welcome.
I'm the captain now. There's a change in the air, ladies and gentlemen, and that can only mean one thing. It's autumn, bitches.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Yes, that's right. Pumpkin spice for days, people. Pumpkin spice for days. Time to go out and romp in the colorful fallen leaves. But beware, it's the time of year for chiggers and ticks.
Yes!
And even worse, TMOS listeners that don't subscribe to the bonus show. Similar creatures. They suck worst of all. They're blood-sucking, slimy parasites that leave you feeling, at the very least, comedically drained. And this is the time of year that we tell you about them.
Yes.
Don't drain us, you disgusting bloodsuckers. Sign up for the TMOS bonus show right now.
When?
What?
Huh?
Remember, the future of our show depends on it. Besides, you don't know what you're missing. It's the most fun we have each week, and it still has that yummy flavor that screams autumn. Just go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and click the bonus banner. You'll get access to all our bonus content, and you'll be helping TMOS. So please quit sucking.
Yes.
And we thank you. That's not what I wanted to play.
That's
is,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, here is the audio vault with Rob Spiewak. 1,000.
One Emmy moment that we didn't mention that I found really cool, and I think
Yes.
it's largely because of my age group. And if you're in my same age classification, you'll love this too. Henry Winkler finally picks up an Emmy Award. And when I was a kid, the Fonz was the coolest. Had a Fonzie poster in my bedroom. And this show Barry that he's on, in which he plays the acting
Love
teacher.
Barry.
I've watched the entire series twice. He's fantastic in it. He is known throughout Hollywood as one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. And his excitement was so cool. Here's Henry Winkler picking up his Emmy Award last night.
I only have 37 seconds. I wrote this 43 years ago. Okay. Okay. Can I just say, Skip Brittenham said to me a long time ago, if you stay at the table long enough, the chips come to you. And tonight, I got to clear the table.
Oh, cool.
And the kids, Jed, Zoe, and Max, you can go to bed now. Daddy won!
Daddy won.
And I think his kids are in their 50s, so that was sort of a good joke. He was first nominated over 40 years ago.
Wow.
So good for him. I thought that
Fonz.
was really, really cool. Also, Mike, I know you want to keep your finger on the pulse of the Bieber public. Alec Baldwin was asked about the Bieber marriage on the red carpet. Now,
wow.
because
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Haley, the girlfriend, is his niece, right? And he
Haley
says,
Baldwin.
Yeah, he says, yeah, they're married.
How wild does a Baldwin wedding get? I feel like anytime
They went off and got married.
I know, but
And I don't know what the deal is because, we text Haley every now and then. We met him one time. But as I said, when you get married, I think it works best if you can really be together. Like you hook your schedules up where you can really be with each other. Because we make all of our decisions around staying home. And there's jobs that I could do. There's things that she could do that we don't do.
Yeah.
Because it means going away for like 5 weeks or something. I don't do that anymore.
Because he's proven himself to be a grand husband many times.
There you go, Alec.
But he has said that, yeah, they are married. So that's what we're going on now.
Just
So-
remember, no prenup. That's what we had the other day on the show.
Now, Mike, are you familiar with Japanese clothier? He founded a clothing line. His name is Yusaku Maezawa.
I know him personally.
Yeah, well, he is a lucky guy because he was the one chosen by Elon Musk to be the first person to fly around the moon in the amazing Muskmobile when it launches, I think, in 2020. He's going to be the first private citizen to go to the moon. And
Wow.
here's the deal.
Is Elon Musk going to be smoking a big fatty before he puts him on the spaceship?
That's what, Mike, he's actually going to use a joint to light the fuse on the rocket that sends him into outer space.
Like in Looney Tunes.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. This guy's a billionaire. Musk is a billionaire. They're not talking about how much he's paying to do it. It's that's secret.
All right.
The amount
Okay.
of money is secret. But the guy
get
is
it.
very excited. Here is Japanese clothier Yusaka Maezawa.
I choose to go to the moon. Yeah. Finally, I can say I'm very glad to be here, and I really exciting and really honored, really appreciate to be able to share this announcement with you.
It's going to be great. I can't wait to have space travel.
do you
back
think
That's
to the
why
moon.
you played it, right?
Right.
What do you think- what do you
That's
think-
the only reason you
That's it.
played that
That's it.
tape,
It's exciting.
right? Yeah.
It's very
of course.
exciting.
What do you think
There
the
you go.
price is? I say $1 billion.
I would say $1 billion flat.
Yes.
That would be
I
my
don't
guess.
think Rob cares. I think Rob just wanted to play the audio.
No, I think it's fine. It's exciting for him, and it's a new era of space travel, and I think
Yes,
it's
very,
exciting.
very exciting.
How much
Who
do you
wouldn't
think?
want to go to the... Huh?
How much do you think he paid for that privilege?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Thank you.
There's a new movie coming out. It's called The Bill Murray Stories. It's a documentary about Bill Murray's penchant for just crashing places. Now, you know, Bill Murray, he has no agent. If you want to book him for something, you actually call an 800 number, and he's not very receptive to autograph requests and stuff like that. But sometimes he'll just show up at a wedding or an event. Here's the clips from the movie talking about Bill Murray just showing up at places.
I'm a wedding photographer, and I get ready to photograph. And as I look through the lens, I see this guy.
We were having a house party, and I run inside, close the door. I was like, shh, you're not gonna believe it. Bill Murray's here.
There are legions of tall tales about Bill that have circulated online throughout the years.
So I look, and it's Bill Murray slapping his belly.
These Bill Murray stories are random interactions with Bill and regular everyday people.
Bill Murray could just sort of like arrive in your life for a few minutes.
Why would such a big celebrity insert himself into these random situations?
I don't think people can figure out why he would do that. It's like, where's Waldo?
This is a search for answers.
Bill was just fine getting lost.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm Bill, by the way. He just reveled in not knowing where he was.
I run inside, and Bill is bartending.
He's like a candle when you light it in a room, and all of a sudden the room smells great.
Can you imagine? I'm fascinated by the notion.
That would be
it?
just fun to watch. I know people that flew back in the days when I had my restaurant. We catered for private planes, and we'd send the food on the private plane. And one of my buddies that ran that company flew Bill Murray around. And Bill Murray, this is a classic example of a guy that does whatever he wants to do. And that is both good and bad. It's bad when you talk about the Hollywood machine, and going through the right channels. That doesn't always work with Bill Murray, but randomly Bill wouldn't care. He'd drop in and hang out with anybody, which is just making it. He's just not like anybody else in Hollywood, and he is I was told a pretty nice guy, unless you screw up.
Yeah.
And then he can be like an Irish guy.
I would think
like
he'd
me
be pretty
with a temper.
frosty. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a little frosty. He's a fascinating human being, though, really.
It's called The Bill Murray Stories. Let's close with this. For years, we've called her Chrissy Teigen. That's her name, right?
That's so.
Yeah.
So she goes on Twitter.
She was on the Emmys last night.
Yes, and
with her hubby.
And John Legend, right? That's the husband.
Yeah.
He just picked up the EGOT. He's a 4-time winner. And so she says, "Oh no, it's not Chrissy Teigen."
I'm tired of living this lie. It's Teigen. Isn't it, Mom? Yep. I told you, it's Teigen.
But she said, "You know what? Let's not mess with a good thing. Keep calling me Tegan, even though it's
Tegan
wrong."
works.
Yeah.
Tegan
I
works
love
a
the
lot
mom
better.
being like, all these years.
Yep. You screwed me all those years, honey.
Well,
absolutely.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. If you have a message for our Tuesday mailbag, send it to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Our mailing address is TMOS Box 32101, Washington, D.C. 20007. Remember, voting, the engine of freedom and democracy. They said that a lot on the Emmys last night. That requires your participation. Please remember to register and vote. Please. It really does matter. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara inviting you to join us again for the best part of your day, the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
Before you go, please make a mental note. Today's show was made possible by the TMOS bonus packages. You can secure yours right now by going to MikeO'MaraShow.com and clicking on the red bonus banner. Buy it or give it. Either way, you're helping out TMOS, and that's a good thing. Thank you, and go in peace.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Ooh, that's a bingo.